Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to Channeling One and the Healing Project and the Oracle Within. We are live today, and hopefully, this is actually working because we've been having a little bit of problem with it. We are here today, struggling with the new technology, so bear with us. We want to talk to you about the program we have, Releasing Fear, and it's only 2 days away. Count it down, two
Mm.
days. So if you haven't joined, make sure you follow our link and go join this class because it is incredible. And we want to talk to you today a little bit about why it is so important to release your fears. It's like, fine, go take this class, release your fears. But do you know why you're doing it? Do you know why it's so important? I mean, fears, we talked about it the other day, they come in all different modes and modalities. They show up in different ways, in the ways that affect our life. But what is it doing to us on a deeper level? What is it doing to our physical body, our emotional body, our energetic body? And why is it really important now more than ever to let these fears go? And June, I want to just kind of check with you real quick. Is there anything you want to add real quick? You can pick any one of these subjects, even if you want. What
Mm.
good? Is there anything you want to add about why we want to let them go?
Well, for me, it has been an important feature to be able to move forward by releasing the fear. But the effects that fear have on me I actually find that mentally I become quite scattered. I I get quite emotional. I can't think straight. And that then has the impact on my body. And also, some of my clients I have worked with who suffer with fear, it affects their digestion, it affects their blood pressure, it it actually affects your sleep. I mean, it's quite amazing how many symptoms that you can have, even if you aren't aware of what is causing it. But usually you find as you start peeling back each layer and trying to sort out, say, a physical or a mental problem, that at the bottom of it, it's fear. So that's been my experience. And I'm sure that La, you have come across even more symptoms than me on your expeditions.
Yeah. So for me, I kind of, there are a lot of things like June that I have seen where fear shows itself in my life. Sometimes now it's kind of funny. I'm one of those people that in case you haven't heard before, some people don't think I have fear, and it's because fear will actually amplify me in a reversal. So it's like the more fearful that I get, the more I'm going to stand up strong and fake it. Like, oh,
Mm.
stop this, nothing can stop me kind of boldness. And so for me, it kind of amplifies itself that way. But there's a lot of other things. There's a couple things rather that when I talk to my guides and I ask them, I'm like, okay, I see we're doing this. I know for myself the benefits I've had in my life by releasing my fears, but for the general public, for the everyday person, I mean, we are everyday people just like y'all. We have fears. What does it do for us? And they basically broke it down to a few different categories. And when they broke it down that way, I started to understand. So mentally, um, some of the effects that fear can have on us is to cause an instability within
Mm.
our own minds. For some people, it might show in depression. Some people, it might show in anxiety. It might show in, post traumatic. So it can show in an emotional way that really closes our life down and shuts us off. We're not able to really be the full expression of who we are. And that's like an emotional way that fear affects us. Then the next way that they were talking about an energetic way. And that one kind of threw me off a little bit. I kind of had to get a little more detail that I'm like, what does it mean? And the guide said the way they explained it to me was that, you know, like they have been teaching me for a long time, everything is a reflection. So what we
Mm.
feel, what we hold energetically is what we will see within our reflections. So imagine, if you will, that you are afraid of dogs and you give a lot of attention to the fear of dogs. That fear grows within our body and actually becomes like a magnet. And so you might all of a sudden be faced with a dog that puts you into fear more often. Maybe it happens over and over and over until you can release that fear and release the energy associated with it. It just will amplify things in your life. And that can then start to have the effect not only energetically, but mentally and physically within us. Are you with me, June?
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm just taking it all in.
And then the next way that they showed us is fear is held within our body. It literally, that energy can
Mm.
come in and it can take hold of a spot on our body. And it can actually cause dis-ease to happen because you've got this fear, and wherever it may go, for some people, it may show up in the heart, the lungs, it may come up as cancers within the bodies. It can come in with major autoimmune diseases. That's a big one. The guides were like, that one gets missed all the time. And I was like, what do you mean it gets missed? And it's like autoimmunes, they always say they don't know where they come from. And very often they can be environmental. They can be caused from a lot of things, but fear, actually, the underlying current energy of fear can cause a lot of autoimmune diseases. It can shut us down in so many different ways. So really, fear affects us in every aspect of our life that we don't even understand or realize. And then they kind of threw in the little caveat, and it disconnects us. And so I was like, okay, what does that mean? And they said, think about those moments when you're in fear. And I'll give you an example that's really prevalent to what's going on here in the US right now. And I'm in Southern California. Right now, we have massive fires happening in LA, in Hollywood, and the hills and everything around it. And there are thousands of people in fear at the moment. And so when they were giving me this example this morning, and they actually asked me to do a process for them, and that will be posted a little bit later for us to go out and help people through this process of dealing with their fears. We can all do this little meditation. And I'm sorry, June, I forgot to tell you about that. We didn't have a lot of time to talk first, but this came in this morning. So I'm gonna
Fascinating.
I'm gonna post it a little bit later. But but essentially fear disconnects us. And so they
Hmm.
said, imagine that you're standing. We're going to use the example of these fires. You're standing in an area, and these fires are coming around. You're being told you have to evacuate. What do I grab? What do I do? What do I have to? Your fear disconnects you from your mind, your ability sometimes
Hmm.
to think rationally. It can disconnect you emotionally. Some people will just have you ever met somebody that just connects? You ask them a question and they're afraid and they can't even respond. They just completely check out. They disconnect. And then the physical body in that moment can disconnect. And you might be like, okay, I really need to run now. I need to move body, move body. And you can't move. You're just stuck standing there,
Yeah.
disconnected from that energy that's inside your body. So fear affects us, and you don't have to be facing a fire like these amazing people are having to go through right now. You don't. It doesn't have to be big, and it doesn't have to be in your face. It can be very, very subtle. But this is just a way to kind of show on a bigger scale the ways that fear obviously affects us. But what about the everyday of your life? the boss that comes in and speaks to you in a harsh tone, or the child that's misbehaving and you're just like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? All the fears that we have in our life, family members that get ill, and then you're like, oh, do I have that in my DNA? Am I going to get that? Oh, what it's going to happen to them? It shows up in so many ways of our life. And so this
Mm.
is why our guides are bringing June and I together to help everybody to start to understand fear, where it shows itself in our life, and help work through these processes. And tomorrow, the class that we're having in 2 days is just the first step. It's just taking out those outer onion peels, if you will, to help release these fears so that you can move and become closer in connection with your source, your God, whatever terminology works for you, so that you can be more and more of the wholeness of who you are and live in a life of joy, or face fears with ease, knowing that
Mm.
you are connected, that you are part of something so much bigger, and that you are never, ever alone. And so I've gone on a rant, haven't I, June? I apologize.
No, no, it has been absolutely beautiful to hear you speak so eloquently about fear because it's prevalent in all our lives. Even starting a new job, it brings fear up. Maybe even meeting somebody for the first time causes fear. I've had fear when I've started a new course and I felt so out of my depth with that fear. It is there. It is so ancient within us. It's our safety mechanism
It is.
from being caveman, where we needed to be fearful all our lives to keep ourselves alive. But now, because we have so little control of the bigger picture around us, it seems to be becoming more and more acute in our lives. And of course, when we feel that things are out of control, it triggers that safety mechanism that I need to stay safe.
Yeah.
So again, that this is something we can control when we learn how to release those deeper fears so that the everyday fears don't impact us. So again, this is another reason why it is so important to learn how to release and just be within ourselves
And
in
there's so many
peace.
ways. There's so many
Mm,
ways to do this.
yeah.
Some people can bully through it and figure it out on their own. Most people cannot. If we
Mm,
can find connection, we can learn to let go, but sometimes we can't. And what about those fears that we don't even know are there? Like, you can't bully your way through those because
mm,
you don't even know they're there. And if they're not even from this lifetime, if they're ancestral, if they've come through your DNA and you're carrying them from your ancestors, what
yeah.
about that? And so that's where this program comes in. This program helps us to just release the things that, some we will see and know, and some we won't. This one day
Mhm.
is really just about releasing that. And it was funny, June, you were talking about, like, what if you have a new job? What about this? What do you have that? You said something about a partner, or I'm not sure the terminology you used, but it made me think about finding somebody you love. How
That's it.
how many people have been petrified of finding a love? It
Yeah.
shows up in your face, and you're like, wow, this is here. But are you able to release your fears so that you can embrace it and
Mhm.
not do something that ends up damaging a relationship because the fear comes in and then messes up what you found, this wonderful thing? So it really is interesting just how many places it could show up in your life. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. Because it just goes right through your whole life. And what I've learned from my own experiences, it can start with something very little, and then it can build from that, and then build again, and build again. And yeah, I met a lady a long time ago, and she was petrified to do anything new because she was so fearful. And that all started from something little. So, yeah, it's about us taking charge, isn't it? Taking charge of this and facing those fears.
And deciding you deserve it.
Mm,
We all deserve it. I, in my heart of beliefs, believe that it's just my way of being, that we are connected.
mhm.
And whatever terminology you want, I can remember years ago going, I know that I was not put here by God to be miserable. And this is kind of a different way sometimes of looking at it, but it's like, if God is our father, and what would a father want for their child?
Yeah.
They would want them to be happy. They would want them to be safe. They would want them to know that no matter what, even in the worst of times, they will be there for you. And so wherever you are on the spectrum of where all your beliefs and your belief systems come from with that, no matter who we are, we all have a sense of connection. Um, no matter what the terminology we want to call it is, we all have that sense of connection. And I have to believe that we are meant to be connected. I know we're meant to be connected. That's where I live. That is who I am in my core, is my desire and my want to be as fully connected with God, with source, with the universe in the highest capacity I could be. And so that's always where I'm moving in my life.
Mm.
And the closer I move to that, the happier I am and the less fear I can hold in me, because I can't have a lot of fear and still be connected. It just doesn't work very well that way.
It doesn't, you're quite right. And yeah, just even the connection of the human being human. And I feel also, the fact that it's about being held for just being who you are, no matter where you're coming from, no matter what religion, no matter what your background is. It's just being held as a human being
Yeah.
while you clear out your old baggage. That's the way I like to look at my fears. They're old baggage. Don't serve me no more. Off you go.
And with
So,
with this class, we're going to be clearing that baggage. And we're
yeah,
going to create new space for amazing connections and amazing changes to come into our life. Because you can't bring, let's just say we want to go get some new outfits. We want to be a new, better version of ourselves. Well, if your closet is completely stuffed full of clothes that don't fit you anymore, styles that are out, belief systems and styles that are outdated, where are you going to put it? You can't bring anything in until you get some of the old out. And we want to help you do that.
love a new wardrobe.
I know.
That's what I'm
Change
aiming
is
at.
good. That's a good
Change
one.
is
I
good.
love a new wardrobe. And it's cheap. One day
Yeah,
you get the start of a new wardrobe.
absolutely.
Yeah. And right now we have a buy one, get one half off. So if you want a new wardrobe, and say you think your sister might want a new wardrobe, or your best friend or an acquaintance, or just somebody that you see is struggling, join us. Do the buy one, get one half off. And
Absolutely.
we will put
And
in. Go ahead, sorry.
no, I was going to say, and there's no worry if you can't make it on the day because this is going to be recorded and you'll be able to do it in the the freedom of your own home, um, in your own time, when you have that time to be able to just tune into yourself and just go with it, whatever it might be. It'll still work.
That's awesome. I completely forgot to say that because every time we
Mm.
tune into this, Gina and I
Yeah,
keep getting the same thing, and it's like they don't have to be live. They can
no.
get the recording and they'll be able to work off the recording. And then even if you are live, you still get the recording, which means right now when you've done at the end of the day on Saturday with us, you'll be able to put that aside. And if 6 months down the road, you're like, I'm ready to peel another layer off, you'll be able to pull that out and do it again. So this is something you're not going to have to be live for. If you can't make it, that's okay. The energies are there. The the information in the energetic and the unseen stuff that you will be getting
Hmm.
will still be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so if you can't make it live, that's okay. Sign up. You could still get your recording and sit down and do it when you're ready to do it. But do it soon, because the sooner you do it, the sooner you can let stuff go.
Absolutely. And the sooner you can start getting a new wardrobe. Whee!
Exactly.
I'm all for that.
And the best part is you don't have to go buy 20 pieces of clothes. You can just do one sit down and you can release a whole bunch of stuff. So much. It really is quite exciting what's
It
coming.
is. Absolutely. And I just can't wait for Saturday. I'm so looking forward to it. Looking forward to all the people who are going to come and getting to know you and spending time with you, helping you, and just enjoying the relaxation and the fun we're going to have.
And being able to hold you in this transformative time.
Hmm.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
really, really, it's really, I think it has a lot to offer. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So hope to see you there. And if you can't make it, that's okay. Still sign up and you can do this on your own timeline and go for what works for you. Do we have any last minutes? Oh, how do you find us? You can come to our website at the dash healingproject.com. There's a link there you can sign up on. We also have links on our social media. I'm sure you've seen them if you're here with us today, and we will put it in the comments for this, as well as you can go to Channeling One. That's my website, channeling1.com, and that's ONE, not the number. And there's in the event tab, you'll see it there as well. So that you can find us in a lot of different places, but if you have trouble, just send us a quick message and we can send you a link if you're having trouble finding us.
Absolutely. We're waiting for you to join us with open hearts and so much love.
Yes, so much love. Well, hope to see you there and have a wonderful and blessed day. June, anything you want to add?
Just do do this for yourselves, because this year is supposed to be so phenomenal. And what a way to start the year, by clearing out what you no longer need or serves you, and start buying those new clothes.
That sounds fabulous. Well, thank you all. We would look forward to seeing you on Saturday. If you have any questions, reach out. We are here for you.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye. So, hey, everybody, I just want to say if you liked what you saw and you really think you want to get more, be like Max and I. Hey, Max, what do you think? What do you think? Should they like and subscribe? Yeah, I think they should. So if you like what we've got going on, please like and subscribe us. And we'd love to see how we can help you to move into a more wonderful life. What do you think, Max? Do you think the same thing? All right. Have a great day.